Have you ever finished a day without doing anything extraordinary and felt completely destroyed? Not tired in your body, tired from within, as if your mind had been working all day without stopping, analyzing, processing, decoding every glance, every pause, every word someone said in a slightly different way than usual. And the worst part? Nobody around you seems to feel this. People come home, put on a show, sleep peacefully, and you stay awake at 11 p.m. taking apart a 4-minute conversation that happened in the morning, trying to understand what was behind that tone of voice, that averted gaze, that smile that arrived just a little too late. If this resonates with you, stay with me, because this video is not about intelligence. It's not about a gift. It's about the silent price you're paying for seeing what others simply don't see. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe now. Every day there's new content about psychology and self-knowledge. For years, everyone treated this as a compliment. You're very perceptive. You read people really well. You have incredible intuition. And you accepted it because it seemed like a power. It seemed like an advantage. But nobody told you the other side. Nobody told you that this power has no off switch, that you don't choose when to use it. It simply works all the time, without pause, without rest. Even when you don't want it to. Even when you're trying to relax. Even when you just wanted to enjoy a dinner without analyzing the silence between two people at the next table. This isn't a gift. This is exhaustion with a pretty name. Let me describe something you may have never put into words. You walk into a room, and within 30 seconds, you already know who's in a bad mood but pretending they're not, who's jealous but smiling wide, who talked badly about you before you arrived, but he's now acting normal. And you don't want to know this. You didn't ask for it, but the information arrives without permission. Then the process begins. You start calculating. Should I act normal? Should I pull away? Should I confront them? And while everyone else is simply living in the moment, you're managing an entire operation inside your head. When someone sends you a message that's too short, you feel it. When someone laughs, but their eyes don't follow, you notice. When someone says, "I'm fine," and their whole body contradicts it, you register it, and you store all of this alone. Because if you speak up, they'll say you're exaggerating, that you're overthinking, that you're being dramatic, so you swallow it, and the internal archive keeps growing. If you've ever felt this way, drop a word in the comments that describes what it's like to live like this. And if this video is already making sense, hit like now. It helps me a lot to keep bringing this kind of content. Over time, this transforms into something bigger. The mental exhaustion becomes constant. You wake up already processing. You lie down, still processing. Sleep doesn't restore you because the mind never truly switches off. It just changes speed. Anxiety starts appearing in places that used to feel safe. At lunch with friends, on a simple phone call. Because now you're not just present, you're monitoring. Monitoring reactions. Monitoring inconsistencies. Monitoring what people aren't saying. And the distance comes almost without you noticing. You start preferring to stay home. Not out of introversion, out of protection. Because out there, the volume is too loud. Too much stimulation. Too much to process. Isolation becomes a refuge, and the refuge becomes a prison. There is a war happening inside you that no one sees. On one side, the truth, what you perceive, what your body feels before the mind even processes it. That silent certainty that appears and won't go away. On the other side, peace, which you want so badly, which seems so simple for everyone around you,
Because having peace means ignoring what you see. It means pretending you didn't notice. It means smiling at someone you know is lying. And then comes the question that haunts you. Do I prefer to be right or to be okay? Because both things together seem impossible. If you trust what you see, you suffer. You stay on alert. You stay alone. If you ignore what you see, you betray yourself. You feel like you're deceiving yourself, that you're going to get hurt again.
And you stay trapped in the middle, unable to trust, unable to let go, unable to simply live. Now, I need to tell you something that might be uncomfortable. The problem is not the world. The world has always had fake people, always had masks, always had betrayal. That's nothing new. The problem is what your mind does with all of this. Because you don't just see, you carry it, you absorb, you process in a loop. You turn every piece of collected data into a potential threat, and then you start living as if you're always on the verge of danger. Your mind learned that seeing more means protecting yourself more. But that logic has a massive flaw. You are hurting yourself every day, not from betrayal, not from lies, but from the weight of being permanently on alert in a world that is not permanently dangerous. This has a name in psychology. It's called hypervigilance. It's when the nervous system gets stuck in threat mode, when the brain can no longer distinguish what is real danger from what is simply discomfort.
And along with that comes confirmation bias. When your mind has already decided something is wrong and starts filtering reality just to prove itself right, it ignores what contradicts, it amplifies what confirms. And then what was intuition becomes paranoia without you even noticing the difference. Not because you're unstable, not because you're dramatic, but because no one ever taught you to process what you see without being consumed by it. You are not at peace. You are on alert. You are not independent. You are isolated, so you won't get hurt. You don't trust people. You can't stop analyzing them. You are not resting. You are just pausing between one analysis. That silence you call tranquility is often just the absence of stimulation. It's not real peace. It's your nervous system, too exhausted to keep running. And the loneliness you feel is not a lack of people. It's the pain of understanding everyone and being understood by no one. But I need to tell you something that maybe no one has ever said before. You don't need to stop seeing. You need to stop reacting to everything you see. There is an enormous difference between perceiving and being consumed, between noticing and carrying, between having awareness and turning awareness into a prison. Strategic ignorance is not weakness, it's wisdom. It's looking at something, recognizing it's there, and consciously deciding, this does not need my energy right now. Not every lie you detect needs to be confronted. Not every mask needs to be torn off. Not every pattern you identify needs to become a case to solve. You can see and choose not to react. This is not naivety. It's control, the kind of control you haven't exercised yet. Not reacting is preserving your energy for what truly matters.
You've spent your life being the person who sees everything. Now it's time to become the person who chooses what's worth seeing. It's not about erasing perception. It's about sharpening the criterion, using what you have with surgical precision. Not like a radar running 24 hours picking up every signal, but like a lantern that you turn on when you need it and turn off when you no longer need it. Because the mind that rests also perceives better. The mind that has peace also decides with more clarity. And the person who allows themselves to not know everything, paradoxically, lives with much greater depth.
You don't need to let go of the gift. You need to stop letting the gift consume you. If this video described something you've never been able to put into words, leave a comment. Are you tired of seeing too much? Or have you already learned to protect yourself from it? I want to read your answer. And if this content reached you at the right time, share it with someone who also needs to hear this today. Hit like so this video keeps reaching more people who are going through the same thing. And watch the video appearing on screen right now. It picks up exactly where this one left off. See you next time.